We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Say you don't know me, I recognize my face. Say you don't care who goes to that kind of place. Knee deep in the hoopla, sinking in your fight. Too many runaways, eating up the night. Marconi plays the bamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll.
Well, this video is not getting monetized. Hope you guys enjoyed that little animation I made. It took me a few weeks after I got inspired by this other animation made last month, so that's why this video was a little later than expected. But here we are, baby, 10,000 subscribers. I know every fucking YouTuber on the planet gives their spiel of, oh man, I never expected this many people to watch my videos, let alone subscribe. But I do actually share this sentiment, because it truly means the world to me that there's so many of you actively tuning into my little corner of the internet, and engaging with it by liking the videos, making fan art, commenting, subscribing, or even simply listening to me ramble about whatever topic interests me. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for 10,000 subscribers on the channel. And so let's do a short Q&A that you guys voted for a while back. Psyloppy asks, what made you get into YouTube and what keeps the creative fire burning for making content? I got into YouTube around the late 2000s when I was a fairly young child. At this point in time, the big thing on the internet was going viral and having one hit video that got you on Ellen or Tosh.0. Everyone wanted to go viral back then, including me and my friends. So sometimes after school, we'd make short comedic videos and skits to entertain ourselves and try to make it big online. Coming up with ideas, writing some notes down, acting, recording, and having fun throughout the whole process really sparked something in me. I realized at that point in time that this is what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And that passion only got further ignited in high school when I took film classes and got to work with actual equipment and editing software. At that point in time, I knew what I wanted to be. A movie director. And then I realized how fucked the film industry is and how expensive it would be to actually try to make it my full-time career. So I settled on going to university for business management instead, and making YouTube videos in my spare time. Hell, if I couldn't make it in Hollywood, the internet could give people like me a chance to get out there without any connections. I know it's a bit harder nowadays to make it big on the internet with the oversaturation of influencers and whatnot, but I still believe that if you're passionate enough about video creation, and you truly have a creative vision, you will eventually find some sort of success, no matter how rough and long that journey might be. I started posting in 2021, and only now am I finding my audience and niche. As for the creative fire that keeps me going, I have to say it's all about the ideas and topics that are interesting to cover. I'm not really going to have much fun producing a video with a topic I have no interest in. I'll get bored and start procrastinating. However, if the topic I'm covering is super interesting and something I know my audience is going to enjoy, then I'll probably work for like 8 hours a day trying to get it done as fast as possible. As long as there's a steady flow of compelling and captivating topics to make a video about, then my creative passion won't really die out. CakeSadeSuko36 asks, out of all the videos you've done so far, which one would you say you're the most and least proud of? I, to this day, am still proud of the downfall of Storytime animation, which I made about a year ago. It was the first ever video on my channel to break 100,000 views, and I still think I did an excellent job recapping and analyzing that era of YouTube. It was one of the biggest projects I had worked on up until that point, and it paid off amazingly, with many people who I talked about in the video commenting and showing their appreciation for it. When it comes to the least proud, I know everybody says this about their channel, but it's my first video, where I talked about a certain song that used to play on those Chinese knockoff toys that would spin around and light up. It was an interesting topic, but unfortunately I bungled the whole thing because I decided to artificially lower and deepen my voice because I was afraid people wouldn't take me seriously with the way I talk normally. There's also this intro which I used once and never again, and a lot of pointless and boring information I could have just paraphrased. Like, there's a chunk in the video near the end where I read verbatim off of an email with a static image of said email as the visual. It's horrible. Who the fuck made this shit? Oh, right, it was me. Well, I've certainly learned a lot since then, and hopefully I'll improve even more in the future. Doggo Chicken asks, do you like Anomalocaris? This is a very important question. How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I've become so numb, without a soul. My spirit's sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and lead it back home. Wake me up inside, wake me up inside. Call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become. Roll 2800 asks, burritos or tacos? Fuck, that's a hard one. I feel like tacos are light enough to where you could consider them a snack or a side to a larger main meal, you know? Like, I'm never satisfied with just 1 or 2 tacos. You need multiple to feel full. However, with a burrito, 3/4 of the way in, I'm already satisfied. Anything more is just extra credit. Although burritos are significantly more messy than tacos, and I prefer my food not dripping all over the place, so ultimately I'm gonna have to say tacos, although it's very close. And I don't mean shit from Taco Bell either, I mean like real burritos and real tacos. Burning Rose Bailey asks, what would be your ultimate Pokemon team? First pick, Porygon. I think he deserves better. They banned him from the anime because of that incident back in '97, where kids in Japan got seizures after watching the infamous Porygon episode, where he made his debut. Except it wasn't his fault that the sequence happened. Pikachu, that smug motherfucker, shot his fucking Thunderbolt at the missiles, which caused this whole mess. It was not Porygon's fault whatsoever. You're telling me Porygon is the one that gets banned for something Pikachu did? Fuck you, Pokemon. That rat bastard only got to keep his job because he's the damn poster child of the franchise. Porygon deserves better, goddammit. Okay, pick number 2, Zorua. I just think Zorua's really cool. It's my favorite Pokemon. Pick number 3, Psyduck, because I just really like the design. Very cool. Number 4, Arceus. It was the one Pokemon me and all my friends wanted to find because we thought it was the coolest Pokemon of all time. 5 is gonna go to Mewtwo. Let me tell you, when I watched that first Pokemon movie all those years ago, I thought Mewtwo was the coolest fucking Pokemon out there. Like, damn, that guy fucking rocks. And by association, Mew is also pretty cool too. Both of them apparently being the strongest Pokemon out there. And finally, number 6 is gonna be MissingNo, because I remember being so enamored by the mystery and lore behind what was essentially a glitch, and not meant to be a real Pokemon. Yes, none of these Pokemon were chosen based on their synergy or stats or anything like that to win any battles. I just picked out the ones I thought looked really cool or had memories associated with them. As you can tell, I'm more of a casual Pokemon fan. Sassy Fashion Doll 348 asks, who were you inspired by? When did you first start making a lot of art? I've been inspired by a lot of people, and that inspiration constantly changes as I get older and as I adapt my content. When I first started making videos, I would have to say channels like Wang, Internet Historian, and Deblemon, who made high quality commentary and edutainment videos on a range of different topics, really got me thinking about doing something similar. I especially love talking about older internet stuff and things that not many people remember or were poorly archived for the time. Nowadays, I've been inspired by commentary channels more closely related to art, animation, or the media scene, like Frankie Faye, Edache, Flacefire, Magic Mush, and Ghost Gum. For the second part of the question, I've been drawing and doodling since grade school, and I loved showing off all the stuff I made to my classmates who sometimes really didn't seem to care. Years later in 2017, I decided to start taking art super seriously, and would practice and improve my skills in my free time when I could. This is also around the time I wanted to make an online presence, so I created my Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, etc., which eventually led to me making a lot of connections and really good friends through our mutual love of drawing. It was probably the best decision I ever made and led me to where I am now, especially with the Newgrounds meetups from 2022 and 2023. Alright, that's gonna end it for the Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed all that. Again, sorry this video took so long. I'm working on a lot of stuff that I'm really excited to share, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff from me. Of course, thank you again for 10k subs, and have a good night, everybody.